So today at work, something came across my mind that I wanted to sit down and make a video about, because it's so simple yet so overlooked by many people. And I think if you truly understand what this thing is, then you'll be propelled so much further along your path. And that thing is that struggle is inevitable. So you should pick your struggle instead of being forced to struggle. Now what this means is that every single person in their lives experiences struggle. Everyone has to go through a period of struggle. Okay? But usually the way it works is that if you run away from that struggle, if you try and avoid that struggle early on in your life, you know, maybe throughout your 20s and your early 30s, if you run away from that struggle, you will be bombarded, right? You'll be overloaded with struggle in your later life, you know, around middle age, 40 plus. If you spend your entire youth running away from struggle, running away from doing hard work, running away from doing inner work, running away from learning how to be disciplined, learning about health, diet, exercising, entrepreneurship, leadership, if you run away from all these things and just bury yourself in pleasure and parties and drugs and, you know, watching bad stuff on the internet and like girls and pointless friendships and all these things, if you bury yourself in all these things, you'll be hit with so much more struggle later on in life. And to make it even worse, at that point in your life, you are no way near as well equipped to deal with that struggle than at the beginning of your life. So, because struggle is inevitable, if we truly understand that struggle is going to come at some point in our lives, then we can choose to put ourselves through that struggle now and get it over and done with, get it out the way, and then eventually in 5-10 years time make it out of the other side of that struggle and start enjoying the fruits of our labor. Right? Like, if you turn 20 years old, and you know you have big dreams and you know that you need to work extremely hard to achieve those big dreams, why wait? You know, why wait around to begin working on your dreams after you turn 30? Why put yourself through a decade of hard work and failure and rejection and burnout and all these things? Why put yourself through that later on in life, when your body starts to weaken and your mind starts to slow down and your hormone production slows down? You know, as we get older, we don't have as much testosterone, and testosterone usually helps us with doing hard things and taking on big tasks. Why would you want to go through the struggle when you're in that state? You know? Why not do it now? Why not figure out exactly what it is you want to do with your life? Figure out what it is you love doing as early as possible and attack it with everything you've got. Because I guarantee you, in 5 to 10 years of relentlessly attacking your goals, you will be so far along the path to achieving it. You will probably be close to achieving it in 5 to 10 years time. So if you choose to do that at 20, you're in the clear when you're 30. You know, you're out of the woods. It's sunshine and rainbows. Do you know what I mean? So why do you want to wait? Why do you want to kick the ball down the road? You know? Procrastinate. You're procrastinating the work that needs to be done, because the struggle is inevitable. I promise you that. Now, the struggle that you put on yourself from avoiding your problems is also going to be 10 times worse than the struggle of doing hard work and being disciplined, because you've got the hard work and the discipline to deal with, but you also have the regret of not doing it sooner. And the further along our lives we go, the harder it is for us to have that fire inside us to attack our goals. Because sorry, I live near a motorway. Anyway, the older we become, the easier it is for us to give up, because we think our time has passed. You know, if you're 40 years old and you're still in the same position that you were when you were 20, there's a higher chance you're gonna say, oh, you know what, my time's passed, I've missed the bus, it's not worth it anymore, I'm not who I used to be when I was younger, I don't have the same drive. It's so easy to do that. So you have the hard work of what you need to achieve, but you also have that feeling of regret and that doubt that you might not even get it done. Why would you do that? Why would you want to do that to yourself, bro? Like, why? One of my friends at work today, he asked me how long I was going to continue working in the warehouse that I work in for. And I looked at him and I said, because he had been working there for over 20 years. And I looked at him and I said, maximum a year, bro. I don't want to be here for that long. He goes, oh, well, you know, what if your like career doesn't work out? Like, would it not be nice to have this as a backup, you know, like a plan B? And I looked at him and I said, I'm too young to worry about a plan B. I'm way too young to be thinking about a plan B. There is no plan B. There's only plan A. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm only worried about plan A. I'm 22 years old. I don't need to worry about a plan B. He does, because he's 50 and he's been working in that same warehouse for over 20 years. So that is probably his plan B. He probably realized that what he wanted to do wasn't going to be achievable because he wasn't working hard enough or whatever it was. So he's probably in his plan B. That's why he asked me that. And I looked at him and I said, there is no plan B, bro. I'm not thinking about plan B. I'm thinking about plan A. 100% of my energy and focus is going into my plan A. Right? Because I'd rather put myself through the struggle now of failing countless times and continuously learning new things and having the humility to say that I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep having faith in myself to come out on the other side. I know I'm going to do that. And you should do the same. Realize it as soon as you can. Realize what it is you want to do, and realize that it's better to struggle now than in 20 years' time. Trust me.